Well, hey, my friends. Wanted to address a question that I hear a lot of Doordash drivers asking, and that is this question of why doesn't my acceptance rate change on Doordash? And generally, the question is more like this. Hey, I accepted an offer, my acceptance rate didn't go up. I accepted a bunch of offers, and my acceptance rate doesn't go up. But boy, as soon as I reject an offer, my acceptance rate goes down. Is that Doordash just trying to kind of keep me out of Top Dasher, or just trying to keep my rate down? What's going on here? It's not a matter of Doordash trying to do anything. It's a matter of just understanding how Doordash calculates your acceptance rate. And we're going to look at this on a spreadsheet. We're going to lay it out so that it's kind of a visual thing. But what you're going to see is, and here's the thing to remember. Acceptance rate on Doordash is only how many of the last 100 offers you accepted. If Doordash gives you 100 offers and you only accept 87 is your acceptance rate. And so what I did was I put it up on like a spreadsheet, and I laid it out where it's kind of like, if you write down every offer that you get and whether you accepted it or rejected it. And all you got to do is, just to get your acceptance rate, is you go through at the beginning and count. Count the number of times that you accepted. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll skip that one because that was a rejection. 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you do that all the way down on this particular one, it comes out as 87 out of 100 that were accepted. And that's your acceptance rate. Well, what happens then is, and let's go down to the bottom where, here was our number 100 we accepted. And so now let's say you get another offer, and that number 101, you accepted that. And so shouldn't that move your acceptance rate up to 88? And we'll see what it does here. So this little formula here on the spreadsheet, what it does is it counts 100, the 100 different results. And so we'll move that down because we want to include now this 101st. And if we move that down, now we get 87. Nothing changed. So what's happened here? Remember that it counted everything. It added one here, but this number 1 no longer counts. So if you start now at number 2 and you were to count 1, 2, 3, skip 4, 5, 6, you're going to find that it was still only 87 out of 100. Because what happened is, here we've got a rejection and rejection and rejection. If we keep going through, you're going to still find that there are still 13 rejections out of that 100. So all you have done is you have replaced an acceptance with an acceptance. And the same thing is going to be true. This is kind of one of those scenarios here where that accepted, the acceptance rate didn't go up, and you accept and you accept and you accept. And if we move this box down, then, now we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 different times you accepted, and the acceptance rate is still at 87. But it's not that Doordash screwed up. It's just that every time you accepted, what you have done is, 104 is replacing number 4. What you have done is you have replaced an accept with an accept. And if you start here and start counting, you're still going to only count 87 out of 100 that were accepted. This is how this works. And then the one time that you're going to notice it change is if we move that box down one more time. And now, with this 5th time that you accepted one, now it finally goes up to 88. Why did it go up? Because what's the one that fell off? Is a rejection. You had one that didn't count and you replaced it with one that counted. So this is how a rolling average works with Doordash. They only count the last 100. But each time that you accept or reject something, that acceptance or that rejection is going to replace the very first one out of that 100 that you had. And so as long as you're replacing an accept with an accept, nothing's going to change. If you replace a rejection with an acceptance, then your acceptance rate will go up. If you replace an acceptance with a rejection, if you replace a rejection, no, how did that go? If you replace an acceptance with a rejection, that's when your acceptance rate goes down. That's how the rolling average works, and that's why it seems weird that your acceptance rate doesn't go up, but it's actually perfectly understandable when you understand how this acceptance rate is calculated.